Well, first video of the day recording. Arsenal, it's Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal match preview in here onto the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Arsenal is going to be playing Tottenham Hotspur, a team that has been resting ever since they went ahead to obviously find themselves losing to Newcastle by 4-0, and that was on the 13th of April, meaning that by the time they play Arsenal on Sunday, they would have gone ahead to take close to how many, because right now, today, to don't went through the 13 days, now on Sunday, they would have gone to take a fortnight without kicking a ball. And that is not good news for the side of Tottenham Hotspur. I really understand the cause of this all because the team they would have gone to play was supposed to be playing into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and I think that was supposed to be Man City. So that never came to pass as expected. So they've been resting for that match and they return into action in there for you. And for the team of Arsenal has not been resting because in those 2 weeks, Arsenal have gone ahead to play very many teams. They've gone ahead to play Wolverhampton Wanderers. They've played Chelsea. They've played I think they've played 2 games, meaning that if you talk about match fitness, Arsenal are really having more match fit players. But Spurs will have to raise up to the occasion to obviously show us that the rest they've been having was worth it, because I anticipate a high intensity level of these kind of players as they come into to do this job. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as don't miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun. The game of football is going to be played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that capacitates 62,850 people in there. That is how much the stadium is really capacitating. So we wait and see how that pans out, but I'm here to bring you the latest news and information as far as this is concerned. I want to see close to 400 likes smash on this video as we get into the match preview. Now, remember last season, Arsenal had spent close to 9 seasons without beating the side of Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You know, it was at sometimes White Hart Lane, and now it is done and dusted. Now, Spurs have found themselves in a position of really coming in here to do the job for most of the times. And I think Arsenal won by 2-0 last time, and they come here with a more beat of eagerness. Why should Arsenal obviously come in through to do the needful and obviously win this game of football? Because they'll playing before Man City on Sunday, and if at all they win, they'll extend their lead back to 4 points with with Man City, because Man City came in through and went ahead to win by, was it 4-0 against Brighton? You know, that's how they went ahead to win, and Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne were really one of the huge key makers into that game. So Man City is really putting the foot on the pedal. The same applies to Arsenal. So Arsenal knows it that to pile more pressure onto Man City, play fast, win your game, and the rest is going to be history. But Liverpool will be playing tomorrow. I'll kickstart against West Ham, but they are really out of pace. Unless otherwise Arsenal loses a game and Man City loses a game or 2, that's when they obviously get back into the race to compete for the title. But if it's not that, I don't see them really getting back to where they deserve to be as a side of Tottenham, sorry, as a side of Liverpool. So for Arsenal, they don't have any injured player. I think this is the best news that we'll ever get from your manager, because today in the pre-match press conference, he has also hinted onto Julian Timber and said that an assessment is supposed to be made tomorrow on how he's going to be training with the squad of Arsenal. But it looks like he's very close to getting into the squad of Arsenal. Remember, he took part into the game of football, I think on Monday, as Arsenal was really playing Blackburn, the under-21s, and he went ahead to score a very beautiful goal. So that's what Arteta Hall said about Julian Timber, a player that would have been a doubt into that side of Arsenal, is also a variable, right? Is also a variable, not so? Very, very variable. Now, after that, we go to Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur, they are really having some players that are set to return, right? They have some players that are set to return. I've gone ahead to see Richarlison, one of those that is expected to return when they're playing against Arsenal. Pedro Porro is another one that is expected to return when they're playing Arsenal. But Destin Udogie, his return date is really unknown because he's having a thigh injury. Then Fraser Foster, the goalkeeper, is out, right? Then Mana Solomon is also out. Ray Sessiogon is also out, and his return is unknown because of the hamstring injury. But I think these two returning are really going to be impactful into this game of football. If at all you know what Pedro Porro does and Richarlison, I know they've been playing Timo Werner onto the left and Son Heung-min through the center. But I tell you, if at all you're having Richarlison, he's really good. Because Richarlison, by the time he went ahead, obviously, find himself fall off with an injury, he had gone ahead, obviously, score, I think he was in double figures of goals in the Premier League for the very first time at Tottenham Hotspur. He had scored 10 goals and 3 assists in 25 games. You know, compared to the 27 games he played last season, scored 1 goal and 3 assists. Looks like he has been looking really better, and the £60 million value was like written all over him. And now he's like, I can really take this to the next level. So we wait and see how that pans out. Those are the players that are going to be out for Spurs and for Arsenal. Every player is ready for the encounter in the North London Derby, one of the hottest derbies that we'll ever want to watch and see your teams play in and win. And Arsenal last season went ahead to win, and today, I think on Sunday, Arsenal will have to put in a different shift altogether because they're really having a different manager, Ange Postecoglou, that plays what we call an open game with high intensity. Now, system of Arsenal 4-3-3, that is it. In goal, we go with David Raya, obviously first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal. 28 games played, 28 games played, 14 clean sheets kept, and looks like he's just 1 clean sheet away from getting what we call the golden glove of this season. David De Gea won the golden glove last season, and the season looks like it's going to be David Raya. David is a common name and will come from Spain. So Spanish goalkeepers winning it in 2 consecutive seasons. Then I expect Benjamin White to come in through and really play as a right back. There is no way you bench him because we went ahead to score a brace, and he's really adding the lead and is really adding a lot to his goals that he's going to hit to score. This is not his Benjamin White for you. Left back, I think Tomiyasu will maintain his spot in there for you because on that right attacking side of the midfield of Spurs, they're having a deadly guy known as Kulusevski, and Kulusevski is really deadly. You know, he's fast, he's a skill-setted player, and he has the physicality attributes. So Benjamin White will have to sleep on the right side of his bed to obviously take on, Tomiyasu will have to sleep on the right side of his bed to wake up on the right side of his bed to see to it that he stops this guy, because if he doesn't, this guy is really deadly and deadly and deadly. Central defense, this became like a song. Saliba, right-sided centre-back. Gabriel Magalhaes, left-sided centre-back. That is it. That is William Saliba for you into the mix. Now, with Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes starting, you understand that they're really going to be getting onto an attack-minded Spurs, and I know they can really stop it from obviously haunting Arsenal a lot. Now, CDM, I think he retains his spot. Thomas Partey, having gone ahead to make his CDM first start in this season for Arsenal in the Premier League against Chelsea. I think he proved to us that he makes the best duo with Declan Rice into that team. So I anticipate that he's going to come out and really start in that midfield. That is Thomas Partey for you. So I anticipate that Thomas Partey is going to start as a CDM, and his energy will be needed to match the energy levels of Pathé Sarr and Yefis Bissouma as they play into that double pivot of Tottenham Hotspur. And Thomas Partey will have a lot to do into that beautiful game of football. So I anticipate that Partey is going to be given a go. You know, I think if you are the manager of Arsenal, you really get in Thomas Partey to start. Then you get Jorginho to start the game of Bournemouth. That is it. And Thomas Partey is a blessing to come out into a game of football like that. And I remember the last time they played Tottenham, I think Thomas Partey was one of those people that went ahead to be on the score sheet. If at all I'm not mistaken, let me see. Tottenham 0-2 Arsenal. That game of football happened last season. I want to see who was on target. Hugo Lloris went ahead to score an own goal, and Martin Odegaard went ahead to score a shot, when he pulled the trigger from the 2-3 yards off the 18 yards box area, and it crossed the line. So, but Thomas Partey, I think, struck the frame of the goal twice in that encounter. You understand? That is it. So Thomas Partey, for me, I give him a go. Alongside who? Alongside Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice. I go with that midfield trio because I know how deadly it is and how good it gets every time they really get going. So for me, I just can't wait to see how these people are going to operate into the mix here, as they obviously put in what we call a very wonderful shift into the making. So as it stands, we obviously get that trio in there for Declan Rice with that box-to-box role. You saw to it that he got an assist for Leandro Trossard for the first goal and got himself at the goal of Chelsea twice, because he's really good when he plays as a number 8. Odegaard, 2 assists on the night and created 8 big chances. That is Martin Odegaard for you. So that midfield 3 will obviously face James Maddison, Pametá Sarr, Højbjerg, or Yefis Bissouma. That's how, and the Rodrigo Bentacos of this world, they're going to be coming for that. So it's really important to note that that midfield 3 is really world class. They're really good midfielders, and I think Partey will do the needful. Then on the right attacking side of the midfield, or the right forward, we're going to be having Bukayo Saka. Saka registered himself an assist for the 3rd goal that Arsenal went ahead to score against Chelsea. He had 1 or 2 chances to score, but he didn't score, but went ahead to put in, I think, his 11th assist of the season. And I anticipate that he can really blossom to obviously get in more goals this season. And with Phil Foden, right, coming in through to obviously erupt when Man City was annihilating the side of Brighton yesterday, with Phil Foden scoring a brace, I tell you this, he needs to obviously raise up to the occasion and put in the required shift, because for Foden, he's really going now far and far off Saka, because Foden had 17 goals, I think. Was it 17, right? Let me check. Foden had 14 goals, and now he's having 16. So Saka needs to raise up to the occasion to put in the required shift for the side of Arsenal to see to it that they get going and really harvest the best from that. Now we go to the other guy, who is called, on the left, Trossard, in form. He has scored in the previous games for Arsenal. We're going to score against Chelsea and against Wolverhampton Wanderers, right? Now there is Jesus, who got himself an assist when they're playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Chelsea came on through. The game was already done and dusted. And there is Martinelli. Now, out of those 3, you feel like the manager should not change his team, because when you look at Trossard and his performances, he deserves a go into the start, but I think a rotation needs to be made. And now I think he's going to be benched a little bit, because he played on Saturday, and went ahead to play on a Tuesday. So I think he needs some rest, meaning that either Martinelli or Jesus one should start. And I think I go with Gabriel Jesus. Into this game of football to obviously start onto the left, and Kai Havertz, a man who scored a brace in the midweek, to start into that encounter. That is it. So that's what I really have as my predicted starting 11. I don't know what your predicted starting 11 is like, but that is my predicted starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. And now you can as well go into the comment section and tell me what your thoughts are about that probable starting 11. Who do you get in? Who do you get out to obviously start in? And as you really go ahead to do that, allow me throw you into what I've gone ahead to call the head-to-head stats coming in through from Gig and BBC. Now, we've been told by Google that. Tottenham Hotspur have won just one of their last 6 Premier League games against Arsenal. 1 draw, 4 losses. With their 4 defeats in this run, as many as they will suffered in their previous 16 games against the Gunners. 6 wins, 6 draws. You know that very well. That Tottenham Hotspur used to boast these London derbies, But looks like Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously get back to where they deserve to be. This season, they drew 2-2 at the Emirates, but the previous season of 2022-2023, Arsenal found themselves really beating them, I think by 3-1, and by 3-1, and then they went ahead. Did they draw? Right? So they beat them twice last season. And by the Arsenal last season, they had to win all the 8 London derbies home and away. Secondly, Arsenal won this exact fixture 2-0 last season, last winning consecutive away league games against Spurs between 1987 and 1988, a run of 3. So Arsenal won this exact fixture last season, and the last one I had to get a double away from home, and they are home in 1988, in 1987 and 1988. 3. Up to the end of the 2015-2016 season, Arsenal and Tottenham was the most drawn fixture in the Premier League history, with 20 of the 48 meetings between the sides ending level, 42%. Since then, just 4 of the 15 North London derbies have finished in a draw. So, just 27% of the London derbies have accomplished in a draw, meaning that 73 of those percent have gone ahead to end in wins of either Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspur. So it's gonna be a really heated up match, because for Spurs, all they know is that they don't want to see Arsenal win the trophy. That is it. They don't want to see Arsenal win the trophy. However much, me as a fan of United, I wouldn't like to see Man City and Liverpool win it, and I would like to see Arsenal win it. For Spurs, they would like it vice versa. They want either Liverpool or Man City to win it, because they don't want to experience those celebrations of Arsenal in London, being painted red. That is it. Second, lastly, Tottenham have scored in each of their last 25 league home games. It's their third longest such a run in the competition, after 2 runs of 29 between January 2016 and August 2017, and April 2011 and October 2022. Lastly, Arsenal have kept a clean sheet in each of their last 6 Premier League away games, with only 2 sides ever doing so in 7. Chelsea in September to December 2008, Man United from November to February 2008-2009. However, the Gunners have never kept a clean sheet in consecutive league visits to Spurs before winning this exact fixture last season by 2-0. Now, what they are telling us is that after that, we're going to head obviously to it that Arsenal's going to hit to win 6 consecutive games away from home without really conceding any. They've gone ahead to get they've gone ahead to keep clean sheets in their last 6 games. I've always gone ahead to win these 6 games. West Ham 6-0, Burnley 6-0, Sheffield 6-0, Man City 0-0, Brighton 3-0, and for Wolves 2-0. Those are 6 wins away from home. And will Arsenal keep a clean sheet in this game of football? It really looks okay, and I think they will. They might. And my prediction is gonna go 2-0 for the club of Arsenal. That's my prediction for this beautiful game of football. So now I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below, but Arsenal needs to obviously kill off their chances, because in all the games of Bayern Munich, Aston Villa, the only biggest undoing for Arsenal has been them not killing off their chances. That is it. If Arsenal continue to kill off their chances, I tell you, they can win this game of football with a margin of 3 goals. But I'm calling in for 2-0 win for the club of Arsenal. I don't know what your thoughts are about it. I think I've gone ahead to get done with my work. Now I'm waiting for your job too. into the comment section and tell me what your thoughts are about this beautiful fixture of Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. I know how you guys know how big this beautiful game of football is gonna be, and I'm calling upon for your reactions into the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye bye. First video of the day, and more is yet to come as the pre-match press conference has been held by Ange Postecoglou and Mikel Arteta. Live stream loading in the next 2-3 hours to really talk about this. I'm out.